two things landed in my lap yesterday. Now, first was a Netflix trailer for a upcoming documentary that is called Songs from the Hole. And second, well, that was a letter from the Colorado Corrections Program telling me that Shawrae Butler was denied parole. Let's talk about it. Oh my God, you guys. Okay, so to everyone that wrote a letter, downloaded the template, emailed a letter, can I just say thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being a part of this milestone, for helping me and my family to get through this milestone. I 100% know that if it was not for your voices and you taking time out, even if it was just to forward and download and email that template, because so many of you took time out to do so, that is the reason why they were so quickly able to come with the decision to deny allowing this man out of prison. So I commend you guys. The takeover crew, boy, you guys are strong, you're powerful. I don't know how many letters that they got, but I know how many screenshots I received from people, whether it be through text message, for people that know me, or via DMs on IG, or through emails, my Tips Takes email on Gmail. I know how many I received, or people just saying, hey, I'm having trouble downloading the template, so that type of communication just kept me encouraged. So I feel like we overwhelmed the court system here in Colorado, and that there was no denying it, that this is somebody that we do not want to see out from behind bars. So thank you. Now with that is the reason why I also want to speak about Songs from a Hole, a Netflix documentary, and hopefully you guys will be seeing this video the day before the documentary, but you might be seeing it the day that the documentary releases. I know that it was nothing but God as the reason why this particular trailer came across my feed on YouTube, because it was something that I needed to see. And when I first watched the trailer, I must say, I was like, I'm not going to watch that documentary. I felt like it was just going to be another documentary where we are just glorifying bad behavior and glorifying criminalistic behavior. But then something told me to go a little bit further, to go deeper, and to get some understanding and some context behind the young man that is going to be highlighted in this story. He goes by, I believe now, his musical name is JJ’88. His name is James Jacobs. And James Jacobs, at the age of 15, he took a life. And he was sentenced to 40 years to life in prison. And he was released in just recently. Well, not recently, but I believe 2019, from what I was able to find. I did watch here on YouTube. It is a channel called Styled Like You. I will leave the video posted in the description section, because that's what I watched. And I actually watched that interview with Jason James, or Jason Jacobs, JJ’88. I watched it 2 times because I really wanted to understand him fully and wholeheartedly. Because, like I said, he's a person that did take someone's life, and what I am currently learning is how to discern if someone is truly remorseful. And I believe that that is the reason why the Spirit led me to just travel down a rabbit hole a little bit, to kind of get the context so that I could get an understanding of what it does look like when someone is truly remorseful and the actions that they take. Now, one of the things, much differently, because everyone's story is different, but one of the things that stood out to me the most was, and he explains it, that when he did what he did, he thought that he would be glorified and kind of pumped up and glamorized for it, because that was the type of community that he associated with. And he was quite shocked to be treated differently. He didn't receive, like, the homeboy, you stood up for yourself, you keeping it down out in these streets kind of vibe, but people were actually scared of him. And I think that in some ways he was kind of scared of himself. And he did, though, confess. He told his parents what he had done. He speaks about how during that time he was really ashamed of what he had done, and he, not just to that person, but what he had done to his family and to his parents. Because not only after he took a life, but just a few short days later, his family and he lost a life, and that was the life of his brother. So it was just very interesting to hear the context of his story directly from him, which kind of allowed for me to break down this wall to where I am interested in seeing the Netflix documentary Songs from a Hole. Now, what he has done in order to turn his life around is he makes music. And in the documentary, I believe that what they are going to do is to highlight the music that he wrote and, I guess, produced during his time in prison. One song has been released, and I will also leave that song linked in the comments. The music is not necessarily my vibe. He has a couple of songs on his YouTube channel, and right now the channel is very small. So I am going to be very interested tomorrow to see, after the Netflix documentary drops, how his page blows up, how the views blow up, and just to see that Netflix impact on his page. Because I mean, I even screenshotted it because I just want to be able to preserve that memory. I'm one of those like weirdo people that just loves to preserve memories and be able to whip out things, and people are like, oh my god, where did you get that? So did I not get it? Oh, I might have forgotten it on my other phone. Okay, let me look up it real quick, guys. Sorry. JJ’88. But I do suggest that you guys go and check out the Styled Like You. What am I trying to say? The Styled Like You interview with him. It was very interesting. Now, I guess it was something that maybe they were doing during this time. So don't be alarmed. I'm going to let you know right now. For some reason, he starts to take off his clothes, like to where he's 100% down to nothing but his skivvies. I don't know the context behind that. But I started watching other videos on the channel just to see did he just take off his clothes because he just wanted to take off his clothes? But the interviewer actually started them taking off their clothes, and it's something that they did in a lot of interviews. They actually even interviewed the guy, The Bachelor, that came out after, he had gone through being on The Bachelor. He was on that too, and he stripped down. So very interesting interviews that they did. But JJ’88, right now, 149 subscribers, 4 videos he has posted. One of them is the Here Now. I believe that is just a teaser, the teaser music video that was released just to tease the upcoming Netflix documentary. So I can't believe that I'm going to say this, but go to subscribe to his channel. This man was able to convince me that there is remorse. Now, I don't know if everybody receives remorse or is remorseful, but by listening and from what I already know just about JJ’88, and I appreciate you for this, JJ’88, although I don't ever think that you would see this video, but as a mom that is the survivor of a child whose life was taken from them, and I am fighting to keep the person that took her life behind bars, I appreciate you. I thank you for your story. I thank you for your authenticity, and I just thank you for being a open canvas and for allowing for God to use you and your story to spread a word as well as a message, because I received your message, and I know that there is a possible that someone can be reformed, that the road for you is not any more easy than the road for me. So, you guys, like I said, the documentary hasn't come out, but I am a little bit excited to see it, because at first I was about to do the total complete opposite video and talking about how our society over highlights just people that do wrong, and that we need to do better. But Mr. James has changed my outlook. But I would love to hear your comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. And do you think that you are going to check out the Netflix documentary, Songs from a Hole? I know that I will. My name is Tiff. This is my take. Be blessed. Have a blessed day. And most importantly, do what you can to bless someone else's day.